Can you guys still? Oh, we are live. It says I'm live. All right, everybody. Hey, this is Greg Reiter. I'm the chairman and founder of Angel Investors Network, and welcome to this special live stream that we're doing. I'm going to introduce you to some friends of mine, some business associates, business partners that are dedicated to helping raise capital for entrepreneurs and helping investors have deal flow that's unprecedented out there in the world of angel and investing and making a lot of money with their capital. So with that being said, I do want to say this, that there is a lot of things going on in the angel investing world and in the angel capital world, and things are just growing and people are making money, and you need to be a part of that. So I see some people are joining us, and hello, Starsha. That's a very cool name, by the way. So, okay, now I know for sure I'm live because I actually see some people joining us. So, okay, cool. So this is Greg. I'm coming at you from Escondido, California, which if you don't know, that is San Diego County, California. And we're going to take about 30 minutes of your time. I'm going to introduce you to some friends of mine and some business associates that have a company called Pitch Investors Live. And it's a super cool program where they can actually use an app to help expose your deal to investors, and you can do Pitch Investors Live. You can actually pitch investors live, obviously exactly what it says, which that's what we love about the name. But more importantly, there's an event coming up called the Pitch Mastermind, and there's like literally billions of dollars of money and people that are going to be represented in this room. So I said, hey, I want to do a Facebook Live. I want to introduce you to our Angel Investors Network fans. So let me introduce Jonathan Foltz. He is one of the founders of Pitch Investors Live. Are you there, Jonathan? Can you come on?
There we go.
There he is.
I am on. What's going on, Greg?
What up, man? Gotta love this technology of today, right? So cool.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm really happy to be here and glad to, been able to talk to you. Met you in San Diego. Saw you again in Las Vegas for the Pitch Tank event. So glad that we're connecting again for something even cooler now in the digital age. Yep.
Yeah. So that's very cool. So real quick, are you going to bring Damien on, or he's going to sit in the background and do the technology?
Yeah, I mean, I think if Damien wants to pop on, cool. But I think it was you and I. If Damien wants to pop on, it's really cool. He's also one of the other founding team members of Pitch Investors Live. So if he does want to, if he doesn't, it's cool. You can go ahead.
Okay, so let's dive into this. So we got about 15. So Pitch Investors Live. Tell me in a couple minutes or less your motivation for helping entrepreneurs get introduced to investors and helping investors have amazing deal flow to make money. So tell me a little bit about that and why you started and what you're all about.
Yeah, well, one of the things that ended up happening is like me, myself, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've had like 22 companies. And one of the things that was really hard in the very beginning stages was like raising money. Literally, unless it was for my mom, my dad, like some friends, like getting outside capital seemed almost impossible. And I started figuring out sometimes I have to fly to Silicon Valley or New York. So it was actually really hard to find these investors that were willing to invest into my ideas. We got together with Matthew Lally, one of the founders. I'm a co-founder. Damien on the other side is basically one of the other founders too. We figured out that it's like, wait a second, there's people that actually believe in what you're doing. They can help. They're willing to invest their money into projects that basically are allocated to them. So we're like, you know what? Let's figure a way out that we can do this digitally, because Shark Tank, just for an example and purposes of it, kind of like Dragon's Den and some of these other shows that are out there that are very popular today. There's about, I think it was Kevin O'Leary that was saying there's 100,000 people that tried out for Shark Tank last year. Only 88 of them get chosen, which that means that's less than 0.1%. And like, there's got to be a better way. You don't have to fly to all these places to do it. So why don't we create this on an app where Kevin Harrington, Greg Reiter, any of you guys could literally just get on an app on your couch, hanging out, and then pitching entrepreneur or startup that's in Malaysia, Venezuela, from Miami. And you can do it in an instant fashion. And in the future, what we want to do is allow live crowdfunding to happen on the platform. So what we wanted to do is speed up the process and give people opportunities that never had opportunities or knew that this type of world existed.
That's very cool. So for those of you who, I mean, most of you guys know me, right? But maybe you're on and you don't know me. So I had this vision in 1997 when I started Angel Investors Network online. I was the very first, if not the first or the second, like one of the very first angel groups online with the idea I'm going to use technology and video conferencing to really help perpetuate free enterprise and capitalism, because we live in the greatest country in the world that makes this whole world spin because of entrepreneurs like you, entrepreneurs like me, and all the people that we funded. And I've helped fund hundreds of millions of dollars worth of companies. So I'm excited to help support what these guys are doing. And we're working together, and we have different ways we're doing things. So it's just like there's no scarcity mentality here. There's plenty for everybody. But most importantly, you're an investor and you're watching this. We now, through this, what they're doing with Pitch Investors Live and what we do kind of with our local events, but you now have the ability to get deal flow. And every single successful investor will tell you the number one thing for you to make money in this sector is deal flow. And if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I got a great deal, this is an amazing deal, you got to invest in this deal, ask them, how many deals do you see a year? And if they say, oh, I don't see any deals a year, it's just a friend of mine, he's got an amazing deal, you're going to love it. You can tell him with 100% certainty, it's probably not that good of a deal. Okay? Because guys like Jonathan and myself, we see thousands of deals a year. And until you see thousands of deals a year, you don't know what a good deal looks like. So that's the point that we want to kind of spread this out and continue to grow the investors. You watch Shark Tank, you say to yourself, man, I'd love to invest in that deal. Well, here's your chance to invest alongside real sharks, real investors that know how to do due diligence, know how to vet the deals, know how to use their Rolodex to expand the success of the company and accelerate the success of the company, as well as one of the other most important things is how to structure an investment vehicle to protect both the entrepreneur and the investor. So you're in the right hands. So with that being said, today's goal really is to talk about an event that's coming up. And I have to say, I don't know that there's ever, I've been around, I'm the old geezer here, like I'm 57 years old. I got these young bucks wanting to take over, but I don't know that anyone's ever done a mastermind event for investors like you guys are doing, to the scale you're doing it, to the class that you're doing it at, right? So let's lay the groundworks. The event's coming up. It's October 18th, 19th, and 20th, correct?
Yes.
Get the dates right. It's in Miami, Florida. Here, so tell everyone first, who is the event for? Who should be attending this event?
Okay, so the people that we set this up for, so, Pitch Investors Live, we're for the entrepreneurs, the startups, and the investors to basically make these things happen online, digitally. And what we did is we figured out, we're like, okay, now it's a possibility to allow people to come in this very intimate setting and meet people in person. So what we decided to do is to get 30 to 40 elite entrepreneurs, startup companies, and businesses together, also with investors. So this is for investors to come together to learn from some people that are, when Greg, you were talking about how there's multiple billions of dollars here. Okay, this is not a joke. We didn't just say that for a hype marketing campaign. Yes, of course, can it work for marketing? Of course it can, but this is real. The people that are attending here have done sales in the billions of dollars, invested in their networks and everything into the billions of dollars, experienced acquisitions. They've been sat on the boards, sat on advisory boards of companies that have been able to scale up to the billions of dollars. So this was basically for people to find incredible projects, network around, and understanding the funding landscape at a much higher level. Because, Greg, some of the things that I came to find about 4 or 5 years ago is these high-level masterminds have been my catapult. So since I started attending these high-level masterminds, my growth has been directly like this. And I want to share it with the world. We had one just 2 years ago where we had incredible results and people loved it. And we decided, we actually went to Kevin and we're like, Kevin, what do you think? I'm Kevin Harrison, the original shark from Shark Tank. You guys are business partners, done all kinds of stuff. He's one of the ones that reminded me about you, why I reached out to you, Greg, and everything like that. And I said, I'm like, hey, what do you think about us actually hosting a physical event where we could bring together investors, entrepreneurs, startup companies, and we're going to bring basically some thought leaders, some industry leaders together to teach them the principles on how to invest correctly, what it takes to take people to a whole nother level, and hopefully some deals actually happen. And he was psyched about it. And it took us on this venture. It started off very small. And as you've seen, the caliber has just risen to a level that I couldn't even believe was ever going to happen.
And you know what's cool about that is like, and we teach this to entrepreneurs, because we have our coaching programs, we teach and coach entrepreneurs, and there's something about setting the intention, putting it into action, saying yes now, figuring out how later, and having that momentum grow on itself to get there. So we know that this is going to be for high net worth investors. This is for fund managers. This is for anybody that really wants to say, I want to network with like-minded people that already invest in this sector, or you're new to it and you want to invest in this sector. Or you say, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm looking to raise some capital and I'm ready. I'm capital compliant. I'm ready to raise capital. Like, we're not going to let people in. I know this is like an apply only. So you can go apply if you want to at the pitchmastermind.com, but they're going to look at your deal very, very critically and make sure you're ready. Because the last thing we want to do is take companies that think they're ready for capital and put them in front of a check writer and have that check writer, basically laugh at what's going on. And it's a representation of us, right?
Yep, 100%.
We will not let that happen. So if you're ready for capital and you say, I've got my business plan, I got my offering document, I'm legally compliant, so I know I can raise capital, and you want to get in a room of guys, like I introduced you guys to Burnt. We're bringing Burnt in. Burnt's done $6 billion worth of deals. He launched the brands for Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj, Adam Levine. He used to be the president of FUBU International for Damon John. It took it from 100 million to 400 million. So when we talk about guys doing real deals, they know how to scale businesses, the networking is going to be insane. And I don't know how you guys did this, but you guys got like the penthouse suite.
Yeah, one of the things that this actually happened by accident. We were actually staying in a mansion. This is actually the mansion that Conor McGregor got arrested at, and they had problems with another NFL star. So we're like, okay, we're going to have literally billionaires here, people doing billions of dollars in deals, and all these elite entrepreneurs and investors. No way we could get kicked out. So we had a connection to the Fana Resort. And this is why I'm saying, like, I can't believe this is just happening. It just magically has been falling together. We were able to solidify, contract done and everything, the largest penthouse in the United States, which when it came to market was a $60 million penthouse, 14,000 square feet, from this artist that created this whole entire amazing freaking hotel. And check this out, on Friday night when it kicks off, we're actually doing the party, which is an investor party, which everyone's going to love. We're inviting a lot of big investors from South Florida area, sometimes a little bit outside of it, influencers. We're doing it in front of a $16 million mammoth fossil, one of two that is in existence, and they gold plated it. Okay, so the artist gold plated it and then got NASA to put it in a $2 million enclosure right by the water. So our party kicks off in the most extravagant way that I could ever even imagine.
Awesome. That's awesome. So seriously, I want to invite all of our investors that are part of Angel Investors Network, that if you want to come and network with us down there in Miami. It's going to be a spectacular event. Give us some of the lineup. Tell us some of the other people that are coming. I know who they are, but it's better coming from you.
So Kevin Harrington, the original shark from Shark Tank, mega investor, you know him very well. He's had 20 companies that have generated over $100 million each. He's coming. One of the things that we've been chasing down, a very special individual for over a year, talked to all his secretaries, his main salespeople. I can actually attribute a lot of this to Damien, that he finally was able to get us with the right person, which is he got us finally, and we solidified a deal with Grant Cardone. Okay, so if you guys don't know who Grant Cardone is, you're living under a rock, because Grant Cardone is not only a billionaire now himself, billions of dollars in real estate, but he is running the 10X movement, where last year, or was it early this year, had a 35,000 person event. Okay, business event, the biggest one that has ever been in the entire world. Okay. So he's actually coming to the event and going to be talking about the principles of how he's been able to, and secrets of how he's been able to 10X, not just his real estate, not just his wealth, but not only his social presence, but the other companies that he's dealing with. So he got in. Once we got Grant in, Kevin was involved. All of a sudden, we started attracting a whole bunch of cool people. There's a really cool person for all the investors out there, Gayatri Sadekar. She's an amazing, super smart. She basically was doing quantum physics in Harvard, and she was actually working at the Federal Reserve, became a venture capitalist, and now she's the founder of SheVC, which is a network of 1,700 venture capitalist women from 46 different countries. We have James Carey coming in here, another big venture capitalist, was working for a very big fund down here, running, I think it was $30 billion worth of capital. Ashley Cheeks, which is an investment expert. She's helped companies raise up to $550 million. If you're an investor, Ashley Cheeks is one that helps so much figure out companies that are really ready and planning correctly, making the pitch decks correctly, so that entrepreneurs and startups can get that funding. We have Reese Jones, which is a Silicon Valley angel investor, venture capitalist, and he also has been an inventor to some amazing stuff, and he's the associate founder to Singularity University. We have someone that you know, which I had no idea until we met in Las Vegas, Laurel Langmeyer. So Laurel Langmeyer is going to be there. I had no idea that you knew her, Greg. I had no idea.
Yeah, no, Laurel's awesome. She's been an investor for a long time, and I have a great story about how I got Laurel. She actually invested in one of my companies, and so she's amazing. And you have, just this idea. Now, is there going to be like a little pitch? Are people that are there that are qualified? Are they going to do a little 5 or 10 minute pitch? How's that going to work?
So we are allowing. There's a VIP space where we're picking very select. Okay, so these are basically the superstars, right? So these are the very select few individuals that are going to have time to pitch. Okay, this is going to be on Saturday. We have 3-day event. It's the initiation day in front of the Golden Mammoth. Networking, investors everywhere. Day 2, the apprenticeship day, where there's a lot of learning. In the middle of it, we're going to have the pitch, where 5 to 6 elite entrepreneurs are going to pitch the investors, and they're also going to pitch to get feedback from everybody inside the room, the thought leaders, these beasts of industry, if you want to call them. And then on Sunday, we're actually going to have the mastery day, where we're going to sit down in a room and we're going to go through some big breakthroughs and talk more about their businesses. But anyone that does the VIP, there's also a private investor dinner. And check this out. You're probably going to like this. And we did not do this on purpose. This was in the Fana. They have a room, a very exclusive restaurant with a unicorn in the middle. And the unicorn is half gold plated, and the other one, the skin is off and it shows the meat. And we didn't try to do this on purpose. We're touting as the multiple $billion-dollar mastermind, very, very intimate. And it just so happened to be there. So we knew we're in the right place when we found this place.
That's like one of those omens, right? Because the whole point of that is that we're all looking for that next unicorn. We can put in $100,000 and come out with $10 million, right? We want to have that next unicorn deal, and we actually have one that we're doing with our e-commerce platform and Launchcart. But there are going to be others there. That's the whole point. So I got a hard stop in 10 minutes. So is there anything else you want to say about the event? I do want to say this before that, is that, look, if you're seriously thinking about getting involved in this world as an investor, this is where you have to go. You have to be at events like this. You have to surround yourself with like-minded people that can help you get there. Because if you just go off the world and try to start doing this kind of investing by yourself, more than likely you're going to lose your shirt. There's term sheets, there's ways, there's due diligence, there's red flags. We always want to invest together. If you're an entrepreneur and you're ready for capital and you believe you are that next unicorn, you need to go to the pitchmastermind.com and apply. And these guys are going to get back to you right away and see if you can get you in there. I want to see you guys there, and I want to meet as many people. If you saw this video and you come, say, hey, I saw you guys on the video. But what's the last few things you want to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, so a few things that I want to say. I'm going to add also the few other speakers. So when we first started off, it was like 5, 6 speakers. We ended up getting another one, and then we had to add more into the roster. One of the guys that's actually coming, and I don't know if you've met him yet, but his name is Haresh Mehta. So this guy is almost like, I call him this, doesn't mean that's what he is, but basically he's almost like, he's trying to create something almost like the Berkshire Hathaway of India. What he's doing, he's a big time investor. His family is extremely well known. They have the biggest publishing house of India. And now what he's doing is he's taking basically companies from the US to India and bringing companies from India over here. And he's going to be there. We just actually did an interview with him. Mega investor also. This guy really knows a lot of stuff. He's coming. There's a financial thought leader that I can't believe we got him to come too. And he was so excited when he heard about this. His name is Chris Terry. He's actually, if anybody knows Forex trading or anything like that, he's coming. And he has built some incredible wealth. He's built some amazing stuff. I think he was like an early investor in Bitcoin. I don't think I'm allowed to say how much Bitcoin he has, but it's a lot. That other day, he may have lost a crazy amount of money when Bitcoin dropped suddenly, came back up. But he's also one of those guys. And what I would have to say is, if you're an investor, if you're an entrepreneur or startup, what we're doing is creating an environment. Okay, so masterminds were a concept that has existed since Hermetic times, since the Egyptian times, since the Mayan times, where a small group of people get together for a common goal. and magical things happen. Okay. Haresh actually put it very beautifully earlier today, where he says 1 + 1 is not 2, it's 11. So imagine when you have this very small group, intimate group of people that come together for a common goal to create amazing things for society. This is where magic happens. And since I have been attending these high-level masterminds and getting mentors, my growth has been tremendous. So why not host an event where we can have incredible entrepreneurs and startups meet investors that personally on a really, really good basis, because you're going to learn a lot about someone, especially if you're there for a 3-day span, right? So Friday night, all of Saturday, and all of Sunday, you're going to learn from these venture capitalists that have done huge deals. You know, like Gayatri is also affiliated with the Wilton Fund. If you guys know the Wilton Fund, this is the Waltons. Okay, she's doing amazing things. She's connected with 1,700 VCs. And what does she always look like? She always tells me, Jonathan, I'm looking for unicorns, right? So she's so excited about coming to this event that she's changing her plans to make sure she could come as early as possible. Bernard, that you were able to get us with, he's changing a little bit his plans to fit our schedule. So you have these behemoths of industry changing their plans to come, and we've set an environment that is so amazing to set the tone, and we structure this in a way that is going to give such valuable results. And we have startups that are coming that are doing very disruptive stuff. Okay, and just like Greg, you were just telling, you've seen thousands of deals. We've seen so many deals, and some of the people that we have attending here are amazing. Even influencers. Jason Stone, the Millionaire Mentor, he's a serial entrepreneur. He has 4.8 million followers on Instagram. There's a guy named Josh F. Snow. I don't know if his last name is actually Snow, but he calls himself Snow. He's the guy from Snow Teeth Whitening. He's another attendee. They have one of the fastest growing. They're disrupting completely the dental industry. And he's going to be also at this event. And it's just going to be totally amazing. I'm super psyched up about it, even just for myself, let alone being able to host something so amazing that has just grown magically on its own. So I can't wait to see you two. Greg, I know you're doing amazing things, and you have this awesome e-commerce platform, because I come from the e-com background too. So, when I heard you talk about that, it got me really excited, and knowing that you're actually going to attend now, to me is amazing, because the opportunities here are going to be amazing. Yep.
Very cool. All right. Well, get out there and go to the pitchmastermind.com and apply to get in the gate. And I'll leave you with this one last thought. Look, if you want to get ahead in life, if you want to make things happen, you want to accelerate everything you do, you're one relationship away, one handshake, one relationship. And you don't make relationships by bumping into people. You make relationships by spending 2 and 3 days at an event like this, where people get to know you, you break bread together, and one relationship can change your life. And that doesn't matter if you're an investor or you're an entrepreneur, it's only one relationship away. So I really encourage you to take a serious look at this. Go to the website, the pitchmastermind.com, fill out the application, check it out. Let people know that you might know in Miami that might be a good fit for this too. Share this video on your, click share this on your page. Let other people know about this event, and we really appreciate that. And then I'm going to wrap it up by saying this. You got to do what I do. You got to wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude, and you got to tell somebody you love them. And I promise you'll have a better day. Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate everything. See you guys there, and see you there, Greg.